come alive. D&D with A&G.
Welcome to D&D with A&G.
Yay! It's been so long.
Has been an eternity. How are you, Genna?
I'm good. Welcome back for episode 14.
Episode 14, Podcast Queens.
You did it.
I did it. I
love
did
it.
it this time.
You did it, and I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm good. I'm good. Internally, externally,
Yes, not so much.
hate everything in the world. How are you?
It's pretty scary out there, So yeah, I feel that. People getting disappeared is a scary reality to live in.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's really not. I am trying to find, I keep saying this, but now that I'm saying it on something recorded that shall be publicized, it'll force me to do it. I want to find some, and maybe Jenna, you have some recommendations, but resources in terms of constructive, concrete sort of things to do in situations where you witness something abhorrent like that. Like, I'm on the street, I see this happen to someone else. What can I be doing in that scenario to disrupt without making the situation worse for the individual who is being disappeared?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like filming it is one thing somebody should do, right? Like, it's
Definitely
helpful
filming.
that
Yeah.
documenting
Yeah,
is
for
my
sure.
understanding. It's like
Demand that they identify themselves, I guess, and get in their face. But, I mean, I'm willing to get arrested because I'm like a white lady in the United States, like it's not going to be that big of a deal for me. But like what I don't want to have happen is to unintentionally make it worse or cause greater harm for the person who's the subject of their illegal,
Right.
abduction.
I guess if you could help alert their counsel, make like whoever needs to know on their behalf. I mean, that's what
Right.
I would want.
Right. Yes, that's a good thing. What would you want, I guess?
Like to know that somebody is like reaching
Right.
out to my
Right.
people on my behalf.
Your
Like,
network. Yeah. And I also want to
throw
know,
me
like,
your phone.
yeah, right. No, that's good. That's a really good one. Get the person's phone. Throw me your phone. Toss me your phone because those motherfuckers be trying to take it.
Of course. And
You
be like,
know?
tell me who I need to call in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. And then like even more generally too, in terms of just like at protests, at whatever, like just having concrete things to do when you're faced with the cop line, all this stuff. I'm sure there are resources out there. I'm going to find some and I shall share what I learn throughout the seasons, maybe of our podcast as become necessary and relevant.
The Instagram's about to get a lot more useful.
That's right. That's exactly right. But as always, it will be D&D Wang.
Follow us. Or more protest tips.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man.
But we also have the handle 2 girls 1 coup in case we ever want to put that in. Just holding on to it for the right moment in time.
I think we should start posting the resistance stuff on 2 girls 1 coup.
I got it. I have that.
Also, that could be a whole nother podcast we do. Just saying. What do you think, listeners? What do you think? Is that something you want to hear? Is that something you want to see? Let us know at D&D Wang.
Well, speaking of D&D Wang, this episode 14. Well, no, episode 14's topic is sandwiches.
Yes.
Which, if those, for our loyal listeners, the podcast to me that hit home, that was like the topic that I was most passionate about, that like really was a big one for me, was Christmas songs back in December. It seems like this one might have been Amy's Christmas songs equivalent. That's partially why this is taken so long to record. Somewhat because we were traveling and had conflicting schedules, and somewhat because it seemed like Amy was really struggling with her grit. So I don't know, Amy, if you want to talk to us a little bit about what's been going on with sandwiches in your life, why this is such an important topic to you, how you really feel about sandwiches.
That was exactly right, Jenna. I've been really struggling with this with this grid. And I think I do have, first of all, I do have a passion for sandwiches. Let me just go ahead and start there. I'll give you an example of so I used to watch Grey's Anatomy before it turned even worse than it previously was, which is the current state of affairs. But there was a line in one of the episodes where the two characters were like fighting and then they made up. Tiffany Lynn was gonna love this. By the way, hey Tiffany.
Shut up.
Tiff is gonna love this shut up. So they're fighting and they make up and she's like, do you want to go home and get sandwiches? And the other character goes, I hate sandwiches. Okay, let's unpack this. First of all, nobody says, do you want to get sandwiches? And nobody says, I hate sandwiches. And let me tell you why. And this is the reason that I'm bringing this up is this is sort of at the root of why this was so difficult for me. Sandwiches are a universe unto themselves, right? It's infinity. The sandwich is the infinite. There is no, you can't say sandwiches and you know what that means. You have to be more specific. And so for that sort of looking into the void is really what gave me a challenge this week, Jenna.
Were there any parameters you put
Yes.
in? Okay, around
I'm so glad you asked.
define a sandwich.
I'm so glad you asked. I actually consulted multiple sources for different definitions of sandwiches. First, I just looked straight at the Oxford Dictionary for its definition, even though, put a pin in why that's problematic. Noun, an item of food consisting of two pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them. Eaten as a
Whoa.
light meal.
First of all, requiring meat feels already problematic.
I completely agree. And guess what, Jenna? It gets worse.
Okay.
The USDA and the FDA are the two regulatory bodies responsible before when we actually had a functioning federal government, but we can put a pin in that as well. But they were previously responsible for protecting the definition of sandwich. Who's protecting the definition? What does that even mean? I don't know why.
Completely unprotected currently.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things that Trump did in office was totally pull all of sandwiches protections. But the USDA, its definition is at least 35% cooked meat and no more than 50% bread for closed sandwiches, and then at least 50% cooked meat for open sandwiches. Burritos and fajitas are sandwich-like, and frankfurters are sandwich type. Stromboli is explicitly excluded. That is the actual USDA definition of sandwich.
What sad, strange man. Like, I must put percentages.
Percentages.
The things that go in a sandwich to define them.
And who's measuring? Who's out here measuring?
Like, I'm a girl that likes some parameters. Like, I like some guidelines. I think it's helpful from time to time, but that is, who hurt you?
Who hurt you? Was it Abril? That was a song.
Okay.
Exactly. That was a reference to our fonts episode. So anyway, that I started with that though, like working backwards from those definitions. At first I was trying to, because I was like, oh my God, it's so much. I'm spiraling out. I am nothing. I am become, whatever. And so I was like, I need to attach myself to a definition. And then I saw that definition and I thought, absolutely not. And so I just eventually got back to doing what I usually do, which is just like buy fuel. What about you?
Excellent. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear. I actually got to workshop this one in person with my sister. So I feel very good about where the grid landed.
Shout out Levin.
Shout out to Levin. But yeah, it was more by feel and than normal, not a particular like using.
Oh, I'm into this. And I'm really excited to hear because I'm very into this new approach. And can I just say, one of the other things I struggled with, right, is like in the lawful to chaotic, am I sticking with what I think as sandwiches? And within that realm, even if I'm not using this like, ridiculously stilted Aberyl's ex-boyfriend definition, like, am I like, oh, this is a sandwich? I'm working within parameters of what I think is a sandwich. Or is it like chaos is like not even close to being a sandwich? And so I struggled with that too, because I think that there is so much meat, if you will, to a sandwich category that you can just stick with sandwiches and have a really like vibrant discussion and analysis.
It's true. My one requirement was sandwiches that are called by names, kind of. Not because I would have this conversation. I discussed this with lots of people over the
Yeah.
course, and people would just start naming things that go on sandwiches.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, that's not a sandwich.
No, that's like an ingredient.
Exactly.
So you're saying people would be like, oh, white bread, ham, American cheese,
Yeah,
pickle.
they'd be like, yeah, like a turkey sandwich. And I was like, I don't really think that's like
I
a
agree.
sandwich.
Except for a couple, but I think that's where I was at as well.
Like, I get like ham and cheese is a classic combination, but it's really just
Oh, interesting.
2 ingredients on a sandwich.
I love this. And I think for our lightning round this week, at least for what I'm going to ask you is some rapid fire. Is this a sandwich? Yes or no? Like, go, 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 go. How do you feel about that?
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
Well, very quickly before we dive in case we have any new listeners, we know
Right.
y'all are jumping in by the multitudes. Do you want to give a very quick overview of what we do?
Oh, absolutely. So in D&D with A&G, we take a topic, as you have heard us discuss just now, for example, sandwiches, and we put sub categories of said issue within the Dungeons and Dragons alignment chart. The chart goes on the x-axis from lawful to chaotic, and on the y-axis from good to evil. And it's pretty much what it sounds like, except for I will say, put a pin in this. I want to talk to you about it at some point, Jenna, but I am, as you know, doing a little bit of a really deep dive on the alignment chart recently because I've been finding some great YouTube videos. But I will say the chaotic and the lawful is like, how much do you like rules for rules sake, or are antagonistic to rules for rules sake and instead embrace all things chaos? And then the good, neutral, evil is like, are you doing things for the good? Are you a selfish bastard, or are you actually an evil villain? There's so yeah. And we're on, like Jenna said, we're on episode 14, so we are essentially subject matter experts at this point.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well done. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And with all that blabbering for me, I think you should get us started, Jenna. What do you think?
I can kick us off. We always start in the top left corner of the grid if you were looking at it, which is lawful good. Okay, so lawful good. So this is like you follow the rules and your intent is doing good. And ultimately what I put here did end up being, sometimes we like this square and sometimes we don't like this square. It depends on the category. If it kind of becomes a goody two shoes or if it's like a really strong one. In this case, it is actually one of my favorite sandwiches. I would say it's probably the sandwich I order the most at restaurants. It's like my go-to if I'm hungover to order this sandwich. And it is a BLT. Which
It's not funsies, but
it's still listing ingredients, but it's like that's a thing.
It's an actual sandwich. We all know what the BLT is. It is, yeah. Incredible.
And I love it. It's simple. It's like, it's very effective. Everything is like necessary for it to succeed, but you don't need to add anything extra. In fact, like I don't like a fancy BLT, like fried green tomato. No, thank you. Like, don't do that to my BLT. Like, don't do a like pepper jelly. Like, don't fuck it up with a chipotle mayo. It's like, keep it simple and classy. It's like, follow the rules and it's good. If you start doing weird things to it, you fuck it up. You're going to fuck up the BLT and it's not going to be good.
Don't you dare.
Like white bread, like the most boring Iron Kiss smooshy white bread you can possibly find. Crispy bacon, a nice in-season, non-mealy tomato, maybe a little salt and pepper, mayo. I'm not picky about my mayo. That's gonna be whatever. Just don't make it weird flavors.
And so do you toast your bread?
You can toast the bread a little, but you shouldn't toast it too much because you really need it. Like the bacon is providing the crisp,
Ah,
you know?
love that. Love seeds extra. We're getting so yes, that's where the texture should come.
Right. Is the
Is the
bacon.
bacon.
So it's
You don't want the toast to sort of shroud the bacon's texture.
There's also some places that do spinach for the lettuce, and it's like
No.
fuck right off. Fuck
Okay,
right
first,
off.
that's horrifying.
Fuck right off.
Spinach is not good for sandwiches, in my opinion.
No. Maybe a rare, like vegan, delicious, like all veggie sandwich. I could see it potentially, maybe.
Yes, even though that wouldn't be a sandwich according to the USDA. Isn't
Honestly,
that crazy?
that's crazy.
I love that pick. What a delicious sandwich. And I appreciate you listing out because I think we should do that too. We got to hear the actual exact ingredients and how we like the
Yeah.
sandwich.
And no cheese. Don't go putting cheese on it. No.
I cannot agree more with that. And
No.
that's, you wouldn't think, I'm a cheese girl.
Right.
But this is one of the only times, maybe the only time when it's inappropriate to add cheese.
You have to follow the laws on a BLT.
Yep.
That's what makes it good.
There
If
it is.
you do anything different, you fuck it up. No, it's not lawful good anymore.
I think that's right. Excellent pick. Love it. I would eat a BLT right now.
Oh, I love a BLT.
I love a BLT. And do you like the bacon on your BLT to be the same cooked as the bacon that you like eating like for breakfast or whatever, like on a plate?
I don't turn my nose up at pretty much any bacon, but thin and crispy is kind of, I would say, largely my preferred way to have it on a BLT and probably on a plate.
Love it. Thin and crispy. You know what it made me think of? Remember when Luke Tanner would always say, long and thin always goes in, but short.
Oh my God. That saying is what came to my mind, but I didn't know that he was the source of that.
It's Luke Tanner. He said, long and thin always goes in, but short and fat is where it's at.
God bless.
I might unfortunately be thinking that on my deathbed. That might be the last thing that goes through my mind. It has just stuck in my brain with the permanence. I don't know. I can't explain it, but anyway.
That cannot be it. That cannot be what I think of last. It just can't.
Ooh.
I think I'll fight to stay alive longer if that is what's coming to mind. I'll be like,
if I'm ever at your bedside and I have to be like really trying to bring you back from the brink, I'm gonna be long and thin always goes in, but short and fat is where it's at.
I could see you going both ways, like trying to make me think of it at the end and also trying to do it to resuscitate me and then doing it again.
I would never want that to
as a try. I could see it going both ways.
That's amazing. We gotta send this to Luke because that was like, he's gonna have to listen to this. Okay.
What about you? What do you have for lawful good? Which sandwich?
Okay, and this, like, because like you mentioned, Jenna, like sometimes we disparage this category for a good reason, I would say. But this week, similar to you, I have two favorite sandwiches that are equally tied. They're both on my grid. This is one of them. And just by feel, actually, whatever, let me just get out with it. My lawful good is the Cubano.
Oh, is that different than a Cuban? Or are we just calling it? Is this the proper, like, real name for a Cuban?
I probably should just call it a Cuban.
Spanish name for a Cuban?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's your Cuban.
Is this the Cuban in Cuban? Is Cuban a language? No, I have more questions.
Oh my God. This is how you say Cuban in Cuban. I think in Spanish it's Cubano. So you're right. Let me just call it Cuban.
No, call it Cubano. That's fine. I'm into it.
Oh, damn. That was so Cuban. And the reason is, like, as I mentioned, okay, first of all, let me tell the ingredients. for those of you who don't know. If you don't know the ingredients of a Cuban, if you haven't eaten a Cuban, run, do not walk, and find one to eat. So it's Cuban bread, which is sort of like a softer, sweeter bread, right? Roast pork, ham. That's right, 2 different types of pig, Swiss cheese, pickles, and yellow mustard. Like, delicious. There's nothing wrong with it. It is total perfection. But if you change any of those, it's not a Cuban, right?
Mm.
It's a very specific, this is the Cuban. And so for that reason, it's lawful. It's quite lawful.
And it's
And
like pressed, like toasted, like it's like, yeah, delicious.
Yes, it's so, I mean, oh my God, it's so good. My mouth is watering a lot. But it's sort of strict rules, and it comes out for the good. It's so delicious. It's also, of course, whenever there's like, you hear that story with food time and again, right? Where sometimes the most delicious stuff comes out of circumstances of, scarcity, where people are just trying to make things delicious with the things that they have. And that's, similar with the Cuban, apparently. It's like a Cuban immigrant thing that happened in South Florida and other places in the United States and other places around the world when they left Cuba, and they were just trying to make the best with what they had. And they came up with one of the most delicious sandwiches on the face of the planet Earth. So for my lawful good, I chose the Cuban.
Do you feel like something about the meat in the Cuban sticks in your teeth more than other types of like?
No,
Is that
but
just me? Do I have this issue?
maybe we got to get you like a really juicy, maybe it's a little too dry.
Maybe.
Even though you like Miami, you're a big Miami person.
Yeah, I get them when I'm in Miami.
Well, then you've had the best. So maybe it does stick to your teeth a bit more than mine.
They're good though. I still order them. They're delicious.
I freaking love
Just
them.
like prepare myself to be digging through my teeth for the rest of the evening.
Why don't people use toothpicks as much anymore? Where are toothpicks? Where did they go? I'm just
I
curious.
never really got into them. So
But
I
don't
haven't noticed their decline as much, I guess.
But remember they used to have them like at the reception's desk at like Longhorn or Chili's or whatever. There would be like mints and like toothpicks. And I just, anyway.
We want to
Oh,
know. Let us
we
know where did toothpicks go? Please leave us a comment. D&D Wing.
wanna know. And you did like a little jingle there. Like that could be a song. Where did toothpicks go? We want to know. I mean, there's something there to work with. And speaking of toothpicks, moving along to my lawful neutral.
Ooh.
I have selected
Foreshadowing.
as my lawful neutral. That was smooth as butter, baby. The club sandwich.
Twinsies!
Amazing. Well, okay, tell me, Jenna, why did you pick the club sandwich?
Well, lawful neutral is, I think we do think one of the worst spot on the grid. It is somebody who follows the rules and doesn't care whether that's for good or for evil.
Right.
Which is terrible. It's terrible to follow the rules and you don't care if it's hurting somebody or helping somebody. So it's like a horrible way to be. So the club is like, I mean, I just think of it as being like this like old standard of a sandwich that's like anytime you go to like a golf club or like an old dodgy restaurant, like they're gonna have one on the menu. It's gonna be the same as it's always been. No one's thinking about changing it or updating it, even though it could really use a refresh. It doesn't need ham. It doesn't need the extra slice of bread in the middle. What the fuck are we doing with that? It's too many things. It's too many. They took the perfect BLT and they started shoving more shit on it and they made it bad. They made it bad. That's how I feel.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, will I fuck with the club sandwich? Yes. Do I enjoy them? I do. But do I agree with that analysis also? Yes. I mean, what I looked up about it was like it was specifically, it had to be cut in a triangle and it had to be speared with a toothpick, like that level of like,
and then you're eating something that the vertical height of the sandwich is bigger than the horizontal width of the sandwich, and that's not a logical way to eat a sandwich.
Oh my God, you're right. It's like a chode.
Going back, I guess that's going to be the theme of this episode. We're doing it again.
sandwich is the chode of sandwiches. I agree. Excellent, excellent pick.
No, you as well.
Well, thank you. I love that we got twinsies so quickly.
It's like, yeah, it is. People have been following the rules with that sandwich for so long to the point that it does not make sense anymore. And they're
That's
just
right.
still doing it and they don't care who it hurts.
I do think that club sandwiches are like the rules of sandwich. Like if there was a sandwich that encapsulated rules, it would be the club sandwich.
Yes, agreed.
Excellent.
Okay, I will keep us going with lawful evil. So this is someone who follows the rule, uses the rules. Basically, it's not less about following the rules, it's kind of about using the rules to hurt, to do harm. And I went with the PB&J.
Oh, damn!
Because as children, we are subjected to this bullshit of a sandwich our entire lives, and it is trash. We are feeding children trash and telling them it's lunch, and it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. We're forced to eat it, and it's awful. And I hate jelly to this day, and I'm sure it's because of this sandwich. And jelly is also like not even fruit. It's like made from fake fruit. That's like what it is. It's like, oh, no, ma'am. Trash. And then and when you went on field trips and they would give you the field trip version of a PB&J, it was like they took jelly off the table. I don't know why. That was like too luxurious for field trip sandwich. And it was peanut butter and honey.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was like even worse. And it was like glue. It was like eating glue. And it was like, honestly, it felt like a choking hazard. Like I was like scared for my own safety eating this sandwich. I'm surprised nobody died.
So it would make sense for me to ask if you were a creamy or a crunchy gal.
Oh, I love crunchy peanut butter. Crunchy peanut butter all day. Yes. I have nothing against peanut butter.
I love this. I love the indignation. I love the anger. It is, when I think about it, a strange sandwich when I pop out. Right?
We also in my family have a weird take on this sandwich, which I think was a moment in both my sister and I think kind of later in life when we realized that we didn't have a lot of money sometimes. It was sort of like a realization because we would have mustard and mayonnaise sandwiches, which was truly just bread with mustard and mayonnaise. And it was like when we had ran out of everything else in the house, it was like basically it was the Cuban, but with less good things to work with.
Yeah, right.
and my sweet dad would like convince us that this was delicious and really exciting. He sold it like that was the best thing.
That's really sweet.
And he ate it with us. We were all having mustard and mayonnaise sandwiches. And we all thought it was a real thing. We thought it was a real dish, just like a PB&J. They made us believe this thing was a real fucking thing. And it's actually just bullshit. They're feeding us condiments in bread and telling us it's a goddamn sandwich.
That's good. I love that. I love that analysis. And what you're saying is bringing up a lot of, because Kendrick Lamar in one of his songs talks about syrup sandwiches, which is like a similar thing. And Helen will talk about just mayonnaise and tomato. Like
that's a real thing.
But I'm like, that's actually like a really delicious sandwich that you can go now.
That's on my grid.
I thought about putting that on my grid. Fuck. So yeah.
That's a legit sandwich. That's a Southern sandwich.
It is, and it's delicious. It's one of my favorite sandwiches. I mean, it's not my favorite.
I'll hold my comments.
Yeah, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tomato sandwich. I love that. Thank you for that.
What is your lawful evil?
We have kind of similar. So what I should say is that for my evils, I selected very, very, very specific sandwiches. So like for my lawful evil, which is using the systems of power to dominate, I picked Uncrustables.
Oh my, that's basically a twinsie.
Twinsies.
That's
I didn't know if it was
basically a
allowed, if I
twinsie.
was allowed to say the twinsies. But
I would have given it to you.
okay, twinsies twice. Twinsies twice in a row. And because I'm thinking a lot of the things that you're thinking, but specifically because to be honest, I do love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And in fact, do you remember at school, I would go for the double-decker peanut butter and honey sandwich option.
How did you make it?
I would pick that. I like because also it would be like so much, like because they
Your
put
tongue made of steel? Like, how did you get through that
well, you
thing?
know that I do have guts made of steel, so that may have helped me. But the Uncrustables in particular, first of all, I do think it's kind of a trash sandwich to be like the sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. And so you're kind of already sticking with like the rules. It feels kind of lawful and that feels like most people, like when I talk to people about this, they were, oh, peanut butter and jelly. I heard peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and jelly. And I thought, I do want to have peanut butter and jelly on my grid, but it is like kind of evil. Oh, domination. There is this factoid about Uncrustables that like the NFL has essentially like kept them like in business, I think. They each week, hold on, NFL teams were consuming anywhere from 3,600 to 4,300 Uncrustables per week, amounting to at least 80,000 a year. So each NFL team was eating 80,000 Uncrustables every year. And so
Wow.
yeah, because I guess it's like an easy snack and like the players loved it. And it's also like high in calories and high in
Maybe they could
sugar and
eat fewer if it was something with any kind of fucking nutritional value,
right. I don't know.
like a handful of almonds.
Well, but handfuls of almonds, we can't abide that.
I'm
So
not kidding. We saw a comedian last night. We saw a
yeah.
comedian who wants to be sponsored by Uncrustables. And so he does a lot of crowd work and he would throw Uncrustables at people. No kidding.
That is, first of all, that's funny. I do like that. And I would want I've actually never had an Uncrustable. Have you?
No, Todd likes them though.
So yeah, I guess we have twinsies.
I think it counts. It's like the lazy person's PB&J.
Exactly. We did it.
You did it.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's me for neutral. Okay. So neutral good is where I put the BLT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like for me, I know that you like the OG BLT, but I do like sometimes I want a belt.
Oh, you want an egg
Sometimes
on there.
sometimes I want a belt.
You know,
Sometimes I
the only
table.
an avocado in a breakfast BLT is my only exception to the rule if I'm not hungover.
I love that.
And I want to feel like, let's throw a little whatever good fat in there.
See, and that's I like a table.
A table.
Tomato, avocado, bacon, lettuce, and egg.
Okay, you're just like moving you're like playing Scrabble with this sandwich now. Like, can we
Exactly.
keep the letters in the right order? What is happening?
But that's what we'll call it a blat, and then we'll call it a table. And then we could also call it a blast if you add sriracha. So yeah, I think it's very delicious. I think it is like it has to have certain things followed. Like you have to, no, sorry. It's good because it's delicious and it's neutral. That's right. There are certain aspects that are required to have a BLT. So it's not total chaos, right? But you can, it's flexible. And so it's neutral for me. So neutral good. It's a very good sandwich. Not my favorite too, but close.
We haven't talked or wait, the Cuban is your favorite sandwich?
Cuban is one. There's another.
Oh, okay, we haven't gotten there.
Have we gotten to your favorite sandwich? Is it the BLT?
The BLT.
Love it.
I also have like an unfortunate love for a tuna sandwich, which is not on my grid. It's just like, I don't like to admit that. It's like a very like beige flag about me that I really like a tuna fish sandwich. And even knowing that's not what's in it at Subway, that's what I want to order at a Subway. I know.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna yuck your yum, man.
I wish it wasn't the truth.
What do you get at Publix?
Usually like turkey and bacon and
Okay.
some toppings and things.
I mean, because Publix has delicious sandwiches.
Yeah, but their bread's too thick. It's like, that's not BLT
Oh.
bread, so you're not doing a
That's
BLT.
true. That's true.
Not BLT
Because
bread.
you'd have way more bread than you would.
It would drown the bacon.
meat.
And the bacon's not crispy. It's not the place for a BLT.
Got it. They do a crispy chicken tender sub that is out of this world. That's what I get with extra pickles and extra mayonnaise.
Solid.
Yeah. So
I've had to give up Publix because, Republicans. So now I'm
oh damn. See, since they're
Costco, Harris Teeter, Earth Fair girly. Those are my shopping
Well, good
choices
for you.
now.
Good for you. Since they're not out here, I don't have to boycott them. But good for you. Good for you. I know. We're Costco people now,
I know. I just got a membership.
Yeah, we
Went
did
for the
too.
first time last weekend. It was wild.
Yeah, we're Costco people now.
It's been fun.
Costco, I mean, I fuck with Costco. I'm a samples gal.
We just don't have the storage for it, so we've had to make we've done a lot of goodwill trips. A lot of things have been exited from our household to make way for Costco goods to come in because we can't give money to Jeff Bezos anymore. So
Yeah, same. I mean, it's just like at some point you gotta
fuck right off.
fuck that guy.
Fuck right off. Okay, so then so neutral good. So my neutral
Yes.
good. So this is your which sandwich would you call on to bury a body?
Yes.
And I went, this is my tomato sandwich. This is where I put my tomato sandwich.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just the BLT minus a couple ingredients.
It totally is.
We just removed bacon and lettuce, and now we have a tomato sandwich.
Oh
And the reason I think it's neutral good is because it's the everyman sandwich because it is like it's not a classist sandwich. It doesn't require a lot of ingredients. It's not, no animals are harmed.
Oh, yes.
This sandwich, which is sort of a nice thing about it. But what I actually think makes it really neutral is it all kind of hinges on the tomato. And that's like a big deal because tomatoes can go good or bad
100.
really easily. So it's just like it all hinges on how that tomato is. So it's like either the tomato is good and it's a good sandwich, or the tomato is bad and you're fucked. You're fucked.
Great analysis, because truly a mealy tomato is the worst bites that you will ever take in your life.
Awful.
Horrible. It will ruin your day.
I think I would just probably throw it out and just eat the mayonnaise bread.
Yeah, I agree. I
like it's like a mustard and mayonnaise sandwich without the mustard now.
Right. I just can't. Yeah, I can't see myself ever throwing away a piece of bread with mayonnaise on it. Like I'm like Eric will like finish his like the entrails of the sandwich, like the actual, part of the sandwich, and then there will be little nubbins left over that still have like the non-desirables, right? It's like the bread, the mayo, maybe a little bit of lettuce, maybe a tiny bit of cheese, and he tries to throw that away. He's crazy. I always eat all of the leftovers from.
I mean, I would never call bread a non-desirable, but yes, I hear you.
Touche. Well, see, I think he's like, oh, it's extra carbs. I'm like, don't talk to me about carbs. Give me that bread.
Extra to what?
Right. Love it.
So that is my neutral good. So I would just like to recap that I've had a BLT, a club, and a tomato sandwich that I've covered, which is all basically the same version of a sandwich, just added and removed.
That's amazing.
Just FYI. Didn't really venture outside of the very Americana box that I'm in with sandwiches.
That's hilarious. Sandwiches.
So true neutral. I felt this is one of mine that I was like, I know where this sandwich goes on the grid. This is where it goes. I feel very good about this sandwich's place on the grid. This is probably my second favorite sandwich, I would say.
Okay.
And that is a grilled cheese.
Oh, interesting.
It is the mayo of sandwiches. Like it is like you can take any bread, you can take any type of cheese. You can it's sort of like your BLT. Like you can add things to it. You have to kind of make it whatever you want it to be. Like it is sort of the world is your oyster with a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
You can kind of do whatever you want. It's a very neutral situation. Neutral.
Yeah. I love it.
So that's my homie, the grilled cheese.
So tell us, Jenna, how do you make your grilled cheese?
I mean, hot take. I mean, if ideal world grilled cheese would be like fresh sourdough bread, mayo on it instead of butter, because that does do better.
I have heard.
It is better. And it would be a split between American cheese, which melts better, but doesn't have as much flavor, and some sharp cheddar to bring in a little bit of flavor.
Okay.
And it would be awesome.
I love it.
What would your ideal grilled cheese be?
So my ideal grilled cheese, I mean, it depends on what I have, I guess, but
You're
like,
making it's ideal. You can make
Okay,
it whatever you want.
well, because if I'm going low, if I'm lower brow, I guess, even though I feel like that's such an ugly way to say that, but like I want American, I want white bread, like the shit that is like
Iron Kids.
gross. Yes, I want fucking Iron Kids white bread. And I want at least 2, if not 3 slices of American cheese. And I want to cut that thing in a daggum triangle.
Triangles.
But I mean, I think, and then I want to go like this, like in the commercial. I feel like that's like the Kraft cheese commercial. Is like you pull apart the triangles of the grilled cheese. That's what I want. That's what I have in my head when I think of the grilled cheese that I would want to make myself. But if I'm like feeling a little fancy, right? Then I would definitely, I think, sourdough, like you said. But I feel, and I like a cheese blend. So I, like you had a cheesy blend. So, but I also want, I would want like a provolone or like something of that nature on it as well. And I want pickles on it.
Yeah. And that's allowed. That's
Yeah.
allowed in this true
That's
neutral
allowed
place.
in the true neutral place. It is.
You can
It's so
do
funny
that
because
here.
I had grilled cheese here.
Did you?
I did have grilled cheese here.
It belongs here.
Yeah, I think you might be right. And if it's like, if I could have any grilled cheese, it has to come with a side of tomato soup. Like, to me, they're tied together.
I will eat them separately, but I will also eat them together. But I will eat a grilled cheese whenever it's presented, regardless of what's around it.
Oh,
I made one last night after said comedian because I was like, this sounds nice.
This sounds nice. I'm gonna have that. Well, honestly, this is the episode that has made me the hungriest, of course. I am like what
More
am I?
than chain restaurants?
Chain restaurants did make me pretty hungry. And now I follow this guy on Instagram that I only found to do a meme dump for that episode because him and his husband go to Chili's and tell everyone what their Chili's order is. And now I'm obsessed with him. I don't remember his name. I'll tag him, Dakota something. Everybody follow him. Hilarious. Very good. But that came to mind because he literally was just at the Chili's and he did this with a cheese mozzarella cheeseburger that he got. And what I'm doing for people who aren't seeing is that what Jenna hates, and you spring it out from your mouth and the stringiness of the cheese.
That's literally why I'm bringing American cheese to the table, is to prevent that from happening. That also makes me feel like I'm going to choke. I must have choked on food in a previous life. Like I do a lot of like
That does
things
sound
to
like
prevent choking.
That does sound like maybe something had happened.
Because then don't you feel like cheese, like
I don't, but I did witness my
don't.
But I did see my brother almost die from choking on a mozzarella stick at Spike's Pizzeria. So yeah.
Spikes.
Yeah,
They
you
give you
remember
the ball of dough.
Yes, I loved Spike's. Like as a kid, getting up to be able to go play with like some pizza dough was like
so fun.
so much fun. I remember when Mom and Papa would be like, "Oh, we're going to Spike's," we would flip our lid, you know.
And I
R.I.P.
feel like I liked their tomato sauce, but I can't remember if that's just because I was a kid or if it was actually good.
I literally was about to say I like their tomato sauce. It wasn't overly like sugary,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
That's probably why I liked it.
Because I think beforehand, all of the ones that I had were very sweet.
Yeah.
And this one tasted more of tomatoes, if my memory serves.
It was the first tomato sauce we ever had that tasted like tomatoes. That's why I liked it.
Exactly.
This
We
tracks.
were like,
This
what
tracks.
is this? This is amazing.
Classic.
Totally.
Okay, what do you have for your true neutral then?
So my true neutral is doesn't make any sense.
Great. Let's hear it.
But I wanted it on the board.
Oh, I love it when you have one that's just like, I don't know why this is here. I just wanted to talk about it. Perfect.
It is the Japanese egg salad sandwich.
I don't know what this is, so enlighten me.
Okay, so it's sort of a thing that I didn't realize was a thing until recently, having traveled to Japan. And I'd heard right before we went, Erica was sending me all this stuff. Oh, these are what people say we're gonna like. And there was a thing about egg salad sandwiches, and in particular, the ones from 7-Eleven. And just let's pause. Would you want to eat any sort of prepared food like that?
No. Next question.
I don't need you to finish. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, needless to say, I was skeptical, right? Holy fucking shit. Some of the most heavenly bites of food you'll ever take is a 7-Eleven egg salad egg salad sandwich in Japan. It's soft bread, it's creamy egg. It's not like that gross, like, I feel like egg salad in the United States, I've never liked it until there were some good ones at Starbucks, kind of made some good ones, I think. But I don't know. There was somebody that sat next to me in elementary school, and they always brought egg salad, and it stank to the high heavens. And I think that really turned me off of egg salad for a while. And I felt like,
Hey, if that's you and you're listening, comment on our Instagram page.
oh, I know who it is. I'm not going to say any names. What am I, a monster? And actually, this is an apology because I am now an egg salad sandwich enthusiast. So she was right along. But it's the most heavenly bite you'll eat. And I guess for now, I was thinking true neutral as how am I going to make an egg salad sandwich into Charlotte Russe really fast? No, I think for me, egg salad.
Right. Yeah. Well, there you go. It never made sense to begin with. So you've done it.
It's come full circle. There you go. That's all. That's all I have to say about that. And also eat an egg salad sandwich if you're in Japan and go to the 7-Eleven for it. They're all good, but the 7-Eleven is something special. They also have quite good fried chicken. Okay, so for me, I'm just gonna fly by how that made no sense. Neutral evil. So as a reminder, my evils are like very specific branded sandwiches.
Mine is too, actually, for this one.
I cannot.
Just this one, though.
It would be so fucking funny if we got triplets for this episode, at least. You know what I mean? That would be crazy.
First
So
time.
that would be the first time. My neutral evil, first of all, I gotta say, I love this. I fuck with this food. I have a McGriddle from McDonald's.
That's not it.
Damn. Okay,
But
so
I am in the ballpark.
oh, interesting. I like that. I like that. I like we're swimming in the same ocean here. So
You picked a breakfast
McGriddle,
sandwich.
for those of you who do not know, I did.
Ballsy.
When oh, shit. I did make a breakfast sandwich. And I mean, like I said, I love this sandwich. Like it's delicious. It is syrup for those not in the know. It's syrup filled pancakes. On top and on bottom of sausage or bacon, American cheese. And that's it. But in the pancake, so it's like little mini pancakes, right? A mini pancake, and it's filled with syrup. And then you can get it either with breakfast sausage or you get it with bacon and an egg. Sorry, excuse me, and an egg. And they put a little slice of American cheese on it. So first of all, it's delicious. I mean, there's no question about that. But it is
No
to me like,
question.
no, and I shan't be taking any. No, I'm just kidding. But like it to me, it is like decadent, and McDonald's is like pay me. Do you know what I mean? McDonald's like is evil, right? And so, and neutral is for me. For the evils. Neutral is for gain. Come on, McDonald's is evil. It's for gain. McDonald's is big supporter of Israel, by the way, so you gotta boycott them. But once they change their ways, or if you can find something similar, I very much encourage you to eat that, because back in the day when I've had a McGriddle, incredible way to start your day. I mean, you have to immediately nap, but then when you wake up, the rest of your day is great.
Trader Joe's, get on it. What are you doing?
Trader Joe's, where's our McGriddle? But I mean, oh my God, imagine what that would be like. I mean, I would try it.
Look it up. I'm actually kind of aligned with you
Oh
on
shit.
reasoning, on our
Uh,
logic here. My neutral evil is the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yes.
So it's basically the same line of thought. It's just a different thing that we like.
Yeah.
Because like, well, first of all, the way the chickens are taking, like the chicken life is not good. The chickens are not good.
It's not good.
The LGBTQ community is
Also,
is
not-
being hurt by the organization, similar like Palestine. You know, the neutral evil is also self-indulgence via convenience, and that's me. That's me in the situation when I'm traveling long distance in a car and I need to eat something. This is what I go and get because it's convenient and also self-indulgent. And I end up getting a Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich, to be more specific for me in particular. But yeah, it's neutral evil.
I love you. That is a perfect analysis. I love the self-awareness and the I love it.
It's the only time I get it though, is
And look,
long car rides.
I love that you're coming out with it and you're like, listen, I'm telling you. Amazing. We almost that's kind of like triplets, because have I gotten into
They are very similar.
They're really similar. So well done to us. We're so simpatico. This week is all about simpatico.
So I will keep us rolling
Yes.
into the chaotic category, starting with chaotic good. And I went with a caprese sandwich here.
Ooh, tell me more.
So, I mean, here again, like it's good because it's like beautiful, delicious ingredients. I mean, I didn't do a good job of like researching all of them, but I feel like it's like fresh mozzarella,
Yeah, and
basil,
tomatoes and
yeah,
basil.
tomatoes, like clearly a thing. I don't even like tomatoes that much, but they're really coming to play in this sandwich episode for me. And like a nice like ciabatta bread and
Oh
like,
God, that's a great sandwich.
but here's the problem. That shit goes and like balsamic, like a
Right.
nice, and that shit goes everywhere when you eat it. Like
That's
we're
true.
talking like it is squish city and a big hearty bread, and you try to bite into that, and it is just like it's everywhere. It's in your lap. It's squished out the sides. Like it is not actually a functional sandwich to eat like that. It's nice conceptually and delicious, but it is chaos. It is chaos to eat.
I like that. That's a fork and knife sandwich.
Yeah, it's good ingredients. It's no animals once again are harmed, which I like that good element of it. But chaos to eat, just chaos to eat. I rarely order it because it's just like, what? I don't want to have balsamic vinaigrette all over my lap today, so I guess I won't be getting the sandwich.
Which is what would happen.
Right. So you have to get it when it's just like an appetizer that doesn't involve the bread. And then you're just sad because you're like, I miss the bread.
I want the bread. Give me the bread.
Obviously.
Especially like good ciabatta. Bad ciabatta, not good, but good ciabatta is very good.
Yeah. Agreed. So that is
Love it. Love that
good.
sandwich. I love it with some, like you said, a nice balsamic vinegar, a nice olive oil, some fresh cracked pepper, some flaky salt, a lot of good basil. Yes, I fuck with that for sure.
What about you? What is your chaotic good?
This is my other favorite sandwich. We have
Ooh.
found it, and it is the banh mi.
Oh,
I love a banh mi. This is a Vietnamese sandwich. It is a French baguette or a French-like baguette. It comes also with cucumber, carrots, jalapeno, cilantro, and like a roasted pork.
it's
But
a baguette. It's not a little like steam bun.
it's
It's not a
supposed
steam
to be
bun.
a baguette, crunchy,
Whoa.
crispy. And because that's part of why it's in the chaotic good, is that it's this beautiful, delicious, wonderful Vietnamese thing that came out of French colonialism. Wow, excuse me, French colonization of Vietnam. Like they brought the baguettes essentially, and the
Mm.
Vietnamese like took baguettes and made something like their very own and way more delicious. I mean, a baguette, like, fucking slaps, but like made what I think is with the Cubans, the best sandwich on the face of the earth. I have here written the rebellious child of French colonialism and Vietnamese innovation, even though, and the French colonialism is the deadbeat dad. That's a shithead. But it's like so tasty. It's so like it's sort of to me the exact opposite of a peanut butter and jelly, right? It's like there's so much there. It's so vibrant. There's so many different textures. There's so many different flavors. So yes, for me, it is the banh mi.
Yeah. It's like the light that was born out of great darkness.
Exactly. I mean, and of course, Vietnamese people, but in terms of sandwiches.
Right. Food sandwiches. Colonization, not the people.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Do I
gosh.
keep going?
Hmm.
Okay, so chaotic neutral is where I put grilled cheese. And
Whoa.
I know, and I was going back and forth because well, whatever. I put it here because of the, what did I have it said? Unconventional, unpredictable, all about freedom. And I was thinking about how everyone, if you ask anyone, how do you make a grilled cheese? They all have a different response. And everybody's response to how they make a grilled cheese is specific to them. I saw a thing about how Harrison Ford's son said that Harrison Ford always made grilled cheese with Worcestershire sauce. I'm not gonna say that right. And like a
Anyone
tomato.
say that right? Like, does somebody know? If you know
Please
how to
say
say
that.
that, please hit us up in the comments.
Please comment. Please
I want
comment.
to. I want to hear you say it.
How do you say Worcestershire sauce?
Is there
How do
like a
you say it?
dialect that knows how to say it? Like, do like British people say it
It's
correctly or
gotta be the
something?
English. It's gotta be the
Right?
English.
Do they say it right there?
Aluminium or whatever. How do you say that? Sorry. Like,
Worcestershire?
you said that's right. Worcestershire.
I don't think that's right at all.
I say it different literally every single
I just
time.
like mumble it across my mouth and hope we move
Yes,
on in the conversation quickly.
it is more of a Shire.
Come on.
Worcestershire. It is. That is right.
Pass me the salt. Yeah.
That's how I learned it too. So yeah, that's why I pick grilled cheese.
No, I actually the idea like true freedom and everyone making it differently. I think that's a really like good, makes a lot of sense to why it could go in the chaotic category, and kind of push all the way away from lawful. So I love that interpretation of it.
Eh,
I love that.
Thanks. Do you go or I go?
I go for my chaotic neutral,
Is
which
this
is
a
sort of
real? Oh, chaotic neutral. Go ahead.
is sort of funny. This one is sort of my closest one to like I'm just naming ingredients on a sandwich, but I do think also in the South we consider this a sandwich. And that is the pimento cheese sandwich.
Yes. Yes.
And this is literally a grilled cheese that gave up. This is a grilled cheese that gave up. It is just like a smushy sad bread and and pimento cheese. And then it just didn't go anywhere else. Nothing else happened.
Oh.
And I'm not even talking about like modern day, like circa 2020. There are nice pimento cheeses on the market that like have flavor and they use real cheese and they actually have pimentos in them and like fine. fine. And there, maybe you can make a decent pimento cheese sandwich and put it on a crusty bread, and maybe it's fine. But I am talking about the shit little sandwiches that they would put like on a tray for you to eat it like a fancy little lunch or a tea or something. That's just all smush, and like mayo is the primary ingredient of the pimento cheese. And like, God bless if there's any cheese in there. It's like not even shredded. It's like some mealy thing that is orange in color, but does not look or taste like cheese at all. It's more like cottage cheesy looking. And then red stuff that like could be pimentos, but unlikely because they're not listed on the ingredient list at all. That is what I'm talking about. And they've put it between bread and they're calling it a sandwich, and it is just a grilled cheese that gave up. Chaotic. And they don't care who they hurt. They don't care who they hurt. That's why it's neutral.
First of all, my cheeks are burning. Okay, right now from how much I've been laughing. Okay, number one. Number two, at first I was agog. I was aghast. Okay, but then I hear you. You spun me. You brought me with you because
You
you're
thought
right.
that was a bad call? Because you like
Yes,
a pimento
because I
cheese
fucking
sandwich.
love pimento cheese, and I
Oh.
love a pimento cheese sandwich. But
Because you're like today, you're eating like
yes, that's right.
You're in
You're right,
California.
because
You're eating a California pimento cheese.
okay, first of all, they don't know. They don't make that shit out here. I make it myself. Yeah, they don't fucking know.
Oh, you're making homemade pimento
I'm
cheese?
making homemade.
Right off then. Right off.
I'm
And it's not coming from a tub that's expired. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that might kill you tonight.
and it's like really wet. It's like so wet.
Oh, yeah, you need to like dump it over and put it back with
There's
the
like a
fork and
big
let some stuff drain out the
Yes, that's right. Yes, no, because that's what I mean. At first, I was like, no, this is totally wrong. And then I'm like, wait a minute, Amy, go back to church days. Go back
Yes.
to the church days, because at church, you would get the nastiest, and it would be right next to a quote unquote cucumber sandwich.
Yes.
Yep.
It is just one step. I mean, a cucumber sandwich is just like a hair above, because at least the cucumber had a like bite of the cucumber in it. So it gave you some sort of texture differential to happen.
Right.
But the pimento cheese, no motherfucker. It is just mush in your mouth all day. And it's been sitting for too long. And so the bottom side is just wet. It's just wet. It is just wet.
You might even call that sandwich mealy.
Oh.
It wasn't good. It
It's
wasn't
dark.
good.
It's dark.
It was, because the truth is, like, a good little cucumber sandwich, if you got a good amount of like some tasty
Dill, fresh
cream on
dill or
there,
something.
that's right, with some dill and a nice little bread, I will absolutely fuck with a cucumber sandwich. But that's not what we were eating at church.
No. No, they didn't care. They did not care who they hurt.
But it was like, I think, an attempt to seem like classy or something.
Right.
You know, like, oh, this is what you would have at tea. But instead,
we were once again mimicking the English and their Worcestershire.
Frid. Wow, that was a journey. You brought me on that journey too. Thank you for that. Excellent choice.
What is your chaotic neutral?
Mine was grilled cheese.
Oh, right. Okay, so I keep us going into chaotic evil.
We got it. We made it. We made it to chaotic
call. Okay. Chaotic evil. I also feel very strongly about this choice. Once I landed there, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That's for sure. I am going with the lobster roll.
No.
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
There's two primary reasons why the lobster roll is in fact chaotic evil. And the evil is in how lobsters are cooked.
Oh,
if we're hearing screaming and boiling things alive, that is evil. That is evil.
Yeah, that's true.
And the chaos is market priced motherfucking sandwiches. Like, you don't even know what that's gonna be. It's gonna be $50 and you're just like, I guess I just did that. And it's a goddamn sandwich out of a food truck. That's chaos. That's chaotic. That's chaotic.
Touche for that, because you need to tell me what that market price is.
And it's like, now you've asked and you can't be like, oh no, that's too much. It's like, your pride. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, sure.
That's how they get you. Do you think maybe that's intentional?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Maybe that's like putting the milk in the back of the grocery store and putting the candy at eye level of kids in the checkout.
It's like you're a food truck. You update your menu daily. You know what the market price is for today. Go ahead and write it. Write it for today. Tell me what it is.
Oh, God. They're like, that'll be $20,000.
Yeah. And it's like too late. I just
But your
ordered
point,
4.
your point too is good about like, and then you're sitting there like, oh, you're gonna say, oh no, I can't.
Right.
can't
I
do-
waited 15 minutes in this stupid food truck line. You're the only food truck here. Like, what else am I gonna do? No, I'll just take the salt and vinegar chips. Thanks.
Hysterical. Ooh, salt and vinegar chips would be good on a lobster roll.
Chaos. That shit is chaotic.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're right about the fucking lobster thing. God damn it. That's so fucked. Yeah. And remember how we talked about this during our chain restaurant episode, but how fucking just talk about chaos
Gnarly.
and evil when you would pick your own lobster when you went into a restaurant to eat.
Gnarly.
That
That's why
is-
Red Lobster was also in my evil lane. I have
It
a
was
problem with that.
Yeah, I see that. It makes sense. And I love a queen with integrity. I love a morally consistent queen.
I mean, I'm not a big like seafood girly anyway, so it's not like I never eat lobster, but it's not something that calls to me, and definitely not if the price tag is question mark. Like that's not a thing I'm going to be doing.
It doesn't call to you like, help me.
No.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah. Okay.
What about you? What is your chaotic evil?
So as a reminder, all of my evils are actual like very specific branded.
Sorry, one more thing. Chaotic
tell
evil is
us.
also anything you can get away with is what, and that's like literally market price is literally anything
Yeah.
you can get away with.
Yeah. Well, and
Like the
lobsters,
definition.
lobsters were originally, as I understand it, and I'm realizing now I probably should double check this, but were like, they were sort of a food of people who were living in poverty and became something sought after later, sort of like the story with pork belly. And there's a lot of stories like that throughout food where it would be somebody was just literally trying to survive and they created this. And then later it was like the fanciest, most expensive. And I'm pretty sure lobster is on that. Because when you think about it, lobster is, as is crab, as are shrimps, sea bugs. They're sea bugs.
Spider adjacent.
They're spider adjacent. I mean, that's kind of nasty. Well, I shouldn't say that. Many cultures, I think, eat spiders, and good. That's great. But we treat them like there's something very, and at the end of the day, they're sea bugs. You know what I'm saying?
No, we went night snorkeling once, and that was Jamaica, and with a guide, and there was a giant lobster, and he like grabs it with his bare hands, and like we like go to the surface, and he's like, "Do you want to have this like for dinner tomorrow?" And I was like, "No, please let that.
No,
please
can
let
you
that
put
go.
it back?
Please let that go." He's like, "All right, let it go." I was like,
Oh God.
we will not be taking any of the wildlife with us on this adventure to marvel at them at night. Thank you.
Thanks
That's not
very
the
much.
point.
Please put it back. Okay, my chaotic evil, actual branded sandwich, very specific sandwiches, as you recall, for my evils. Chaotic evils, motivation is destruction. And for me, this sandwich is all about destruction, destroying your bowels, destroying your cholesterol, destroying your life. And this is Kentucky Fried Chicken's double down.
Which is?
Which is, for those of you who have not had the pleasure / trauma of trying one, it's a piece of Kentucky fried chicken, like a boneless Kentucky fried chicken breast on the top, bacon, cheese, sauce, and then another fried chicken breast on the bottom. The fried chicken serves as the bread.
Have you had it?
I have.
Is it a regular item on their menu, or is it like a McRib situation?
I think it is. It goes back and forth, which makes me think it's a McRib overall. But I mean, I think it was like I think it must be a McRib. I think it must be a McRib situation. But I think that's what got us. I think that's what ensorcelled us on they were like, it's here. It'll be gone. Try it now. And that works. That shit works. They know what they're doing. And it was, you know, it was what I ought to have expected, but it was pretty disgusting.
I just don't like the idea of like holding fried chicken. It feels like it feels conceptually greasy to me in
Yeah.
my hands.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do eat fried chicken with my hands, right?
That feels different.
It does, because I think with holding the fried chicken, there's like this stuff will come out, this stuff will be there. So there's like nothing but grease between you and the wet parts of a sandwich. Like the whole point of a sandwich from the first sandwich guy, according to the Wikipedia page, was that and of course, put a pin in, this is problematic. Why is everything is always, centered around fucking UK. I'm sure there were plenty of examples of this type of food before there. But the whole thing with the sandwich, as we know it in the UK Western type world, was that the guy was like, I don't want to get my hands dirty, but I want to eat. So just put it between two slices of bread, because I'm on the go. I'm on the go, but I can't have my hands dirty. I can't use utensils. I know, just put it between two slices of bread. So this flies in the face of that idea that what you need, the bread is also functional in a way, right? It's not just there for flavor or taste. It actually is serving a purpose of protecting your hands from the insides that you're eating.
One of my least favorite things that has been said today is the wet part of the sandwich. I really wish I could unhear that. And I don't think there should be one.
I didn't use the M word though. I'm trying,
I appreciate that. I don't think there should be a wet part of the sandwich, even the ones with tomatoes. That's how I feel.
I love it. Don't ever try the KFC Double Down.
I don't think there's a likelihood that our paths would cross, but
Are you ready for my lightning round?
yeah, let's do it.
And then do you have because I'm happy for this to be our lightning round, but I realize that I'm just sort of putting you on the spot.
No, is the game is it a sandwich or is it not a sandwich?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, all you have to say is you can either say yes or no, or you can say sandwich or not a sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready? Sandwich or not a sandwich?
Okay. Okay. And it's gonna come quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let me pull up mine. Okay, here we go. Taco.
Not a sandwich.
Burrito.
Not a sandwich.
S'more.
Not a sandwich.
Ice cream sandwich.
I'm actually insulted by that one. Not a sandwich.
Ice cream sandwich?
Not a sandwich. They're just being fun with the name.
Hot dog.
Marketing. It's called marketing.
Hot dog.
A what?
Hot dog.
Not a sandwich. It's a hot dog. It's its own thing.
Hamburger.
You know, a lot of places think it's a sandwich, but I'm still going, no, it's a hamburger. It's its own thing. No.
Is it different if it's cheese?
It's like a cheeseburger?
Yeah.
No.
I wanted to go ahead and make sure. What about avocado toast? If we're thinking of open face sandwiches.
I think toast is different than sandwiches.
Interesting. Bagel with cream cheese.
No, that's a bagel.
I think that's.
Do you know what sandwiches are? Can we just get through this whole podcast and you don't know what sandwiches are?
These are all within the universe of sandwich.
I know. I read some articles and I was blown away by what they think sandwiches are also. I was like, I think I need to do a TED Talk. People are
I think those are all the ambiguous choices I have to throw at you. And not a single thing got chosen to be a sandwich.
I can't help that I'm better at this than everyone else.
She gave the look that was like
I didn't give a single one through. Like I think pro level.
That's true. That was well done. That was fast.
I read one of these articles which you probably read too, because Google, was like the 50 best sandwiches in American sandwiches or whatever. And so the one that was listed as number one, I am appalled and offended by, but I will give it to you as your lightning round pick. Not whether or not it's a sandwich, because I agree it is unfortunately a sandwich. But where you would put it on the grid, and that is the Fluffernutter.
Oh my God, I had this on my grid. It's obviously chaotic evil. It is too much. It is chaos. A Fluffernutter for, okay, let me make sure that I know.
America's #1 sandwich
That's
also is what this
insane.
article, like, what the fuck?
First of all, most people probably haven't even heard of a Fluffernutter. I
I've
only know
never
what
had one.
I only knew what a Fluffernutter was because Ross somehow found out what they were, and that's like Ross used to love a Fluffernutter, and I thought they
sounds
were
like a porn star situation. It sounds like something porn stars do.
God, a Fluffernutter. Oh my God, I will never look at one.
Doesn't it?
I will never look at one the same. And I mean, it's to me, I'm not a person that usually likes marshmallows. And I think marshmallows with bread to me is gross.
Yeah,
Like,
what are you doing?
like that, I can't fuck with that. I mean, marshmallows with graham cracker, that I like, but marshmallow with
Crunch. It's the texture situation.
it's the texture. Like it's too, so no, I don't like it. I think it's chaotic and I think it's evil. And oh, for those, it's bread. So you cook it on the stovetop on a pan, and it's like bread and marshmallows and peanut butter. And is that it? Or is there chocolate as well?
I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Yeah, I do not. No, thank you. I don't like marshmallows. Blech.
Yeah, it's like the marshmallow fluff, which I've also never had.
Oh, right. It's
why?
not even like a marshmallow like cooked. It's literally marshmallow fluff.
Right, like that jar of
Oh,
marshmallow fluff, which is like someone chewed up marshmallows and spit them into a jar.
it's a marshmallow spittoon.
Like, no, ma'am. I can chew my own marshmallows. Thank you for your service.
Thanks very much.
I'll just buy the bag.
Oh man, that's good. Yeah, excellent choice. And I think that's crazy that would be #1. What do you think is the #1 sandwich should be? The BLT?
I mean, for American
Oh,
sandwiches,
American sandwiches.
or grilled cheese, like, yeah, I feel like that's like a classic. I don't know.
Yeah, I think grilled cheese. I really think there's I love a French dip, even though French is in the name, but I love a roast beef. I love a roast beef sandwich,
Yeah,
but
you'd have to call it like a freedom dip.
a freedom
And we're
dip.
not doing that right now.
No, we're not. Honestly, let's call it French. Let's go to France.
It'd be
Let's leave.
fascism dip currently.
Oh, damn. And you know that tastes like shit.
Yeah, they just hold your head in the au jus or whatever until you drown.
Oh, totally. Fuck. I do love that au jus though.
He's like, just hold me under. It's fine. Now's my time.
Honestly, just kill me this way. Put a little spicy mustard at the very bottom of the bucket.
You don't even have to hold me. I'm just gonna go fishing for that and never come up.
Here. I'm gonna stay here like this until I'm asleep and full up on au jus.
Oh my God. Oh, well, you did it.
That was fantastic. I missed this even more than I knew.
I love you.
I love you so much. We'll talk very soon.
Yes.